saw you in the field, though. Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now the man from nearby Baton Rouge. It's the LSU star Darius Geis. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives you...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
6-6, pull it high. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Check. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 90. Stand. Go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Greer. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Give him 6 there, but now it's 3rd.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Haywood.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Protein spill. Hey, wahoo. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. I'm coming. They go.
Off play action, Greer. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A play fake. Now Greer to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Topper! Check. Watch 54. Hey, D-line, let's get it. Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. Steps away to his left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Ready? 52 to Mike. Check. 52 to Mike. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
He'll lift to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Come on, baby.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Packers.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Complete. It's Henry. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run with Geis. And some room to work. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Packers. Darius Geis, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. Looking long for Thomas. That's caught at the 25. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 59 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Running with Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Different story this time around. We have that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Go, go, go. Stay at home, stay at home. Hey, what? Check point 54. Hey, orbit. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 54's mine. 54's mine.
Now on 2nd and 13. Greer. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, Charlie. Bang, bang. Mike, go.
On 3rd and long, here's Greer. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
They're in the second quarter at Heinz Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Shotgun handoff now to Geis, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mo.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. This will be taken short. Now a hit and a loose football. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. So don't say nothing.
Out of the gun, Greer. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, if we've heard it once, we've heard it 1,000 times. Don't throw late down the middle.
And he did. We see the end result.
Yeah, what you have to do is you've got to make sure you manipulate those defenders with your eyes and your head, maybe even some body movement to move them a little if you're going to come back late down the middle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit. Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter. I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half. We'll see if they do just that. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Down. 90 Wolf. 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 2.
On third down, Greer. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much? Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. From just shy of midfield, Greer. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Come on, set. 8, read. Here, Delta 61, Matchbox Lights. Hey, Delta. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Down to lose 1. Mike. Yep. Mike. Hey. High 7. Slide.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Greer. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag. No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal. From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. He'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And tough sledding. You'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Now Kamara. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Go! Go! Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. Big grip. Big grip.
A shotgun snap for Greer. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to fourth down as well.
General West.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's taken in at the 9. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Packers. Officially 91 yards on the punt return. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead is now 14-10. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd and 7, Greer. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Hey. 54. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hit it.
Greer operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 1.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup, 1st down, New Orleans.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Hey, echo.
On 1st down, it's Greer. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make make it a second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. First down, Greer. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Greer now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Greer in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 16.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Greer. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
54, look at me, zipper. 54. Right there.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, Greer. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a run with Geis.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Down, here's Geis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Today's final score.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better.